Macomb County Animal Shelter has the largest intake of animals in the state, but Macomb is up for the challenge. Fresh faces at the shelter mean brighter futures for pets. Stacey Sansoterra has the story.
The Macomb County Animal Shelter is changing, and Paris is one dog who will live to bark about it.
Paris was presented to us at our shelter through the front desk. The previous owner, brought Paris in as an owner request euthanasia. She was requesting that Paris be put to sleep. One was that she could no longer care for Paris, and Paris was in bad, health condition was in bad shape, but she had Paris wrapped in a towel.
Once Paris was examined, it was clear that she was severely neglected. The little 7-year-old Maltese-like dog was emaciated, weighing only 3.3 pounds and swarming with fleas. But what really got everyone's attention was her stench. It was a decomposing flesh from Paris's back leg.
Paris's leg was severely damaged from lack of care for the wounds, which was caused by mats cutting through the dog's actual skin, cutting the circulation off. And because of Paris's condition, I then, and knowing that the supervisor had informed me that Paris's previous owner had 2 other dogs at their house, I immediately had sent 2 of our animal control officers to Paris's house.
Officers were immediately dispatched to the owner's house to press animal cruelty charges. And Paris, instead of euthanizing her, Officer Randazzo took the time and initiative to reach out into the Macomb County community to find a way for the shelter to best help her.
When Jeff called, picked up the phone, and he was like, "Hey, I've got this dog, I don't know what to do. The veterinarian thinks that the leg needs to be amputated. That's obviously not something that can be done at the shelter." Well, he knew that we do high volume spay and neuter. We've got a lot of veterinarians and technicians. We do surgery 5 days a week. So how out of the realm would it be to potentially do an amputation versus a spay and neuter? So he wanted to know if we could help. Absolutely we can. So he brought Paris over, and it was immediate. The neglect was so apparent, it was just heartbreaking. I mean, there's no reason in today's age, with enough rescues out there and enough support and people knowing what's going on, that you can't reach out and get some help. And so before, that wouldn't have happened, and now it is happening. So to me, this is just a huge success story of Paris would have been euthanized. Instead, today, it takes the shelter a little time, a little thought and effort to pick up that phone and say, "I need some help, can you do it?" And that wouldn't have happened before. So that's a huge turnaround of actually inviting rescues to help.
As new director and chief animal control officer, Jeff Randazzo encourages a fresh mindset and problem-solving approach that will one day push the shelter to be recognized as a model for the entire state. Prior to his appointment, the shelter was criticized for decades concerning its high euthanasia rate.
So today, things are changed where we are reaching out to the rescue groups. We have a really strong collaboration. Also, volunteering, that's a really big portion of what we do now. We just signed up 26 volunteers. So we train all the volunteers on stress reduction and how to handle animals so that all the animals are being held and handled in the same way, and the staff as well. And to me, it makes the animals have a more structured environment, and it gives them more of a better well-being while they're in our care. And I think that's what's important, is that we're improving their quality of life while they're under our care, and then they're also getting manners, and they're being trained, and that all helps an animal become more adoptable.
Paris is now safe at All About Animals Rescue. Though primarily a spay and neuter clinic, Officer Randazzo knew All About Animals would have the capability to give Paris the medical care she needs.
We decided, all right, let's see what we can do. Let's do the best that we can. Let's help her out. Got her some immediate medical attention, and through working with her, and she goes home every night with one of our licensed veterinary technicians, they've started to rehab her leg. And so we think that it's savable. We're really excited about that because, we'd like for her to keep all 4 of her little legs.
Within hours of when Paris would have been euthanized, she was resting comfortably, had a good meal, treated for fleas, and started on medications, including pain relief. Their journey to her new life is just beginning thanks to the new Macomb County Animal Shelter. And what happened to Paris's owner? A simple slap on the wrist, as current laws only allowed for a $61 animal cruelty citation. For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacey Sansoterra.
If you'd like more information on getting your pet spayed or neutered, go to allaboutanimalsrescue.org.